Welcome, crypto fam, to the number one daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, Bitcoin traders eye key levels as U.S. jobs shock sends the Bitcoin price past 71 G's. We'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis and quoting Max Kaiser, a cycle minimum high of 220,000 per Bitcoin in play. We'll also be discussing financial institutions want Bitcoin and ETFs. I'll be sharing the latest from Blockstreams. Adam Back, the Bitcoin OG himself. Also, Donald Trump makes a last-minute appeal to crypto voters. We'll be discussing that, as well as MicroStrategy's $42 billion Bitcoin bet, bullish for shareholders. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin's golden cross driving a 148,000 Bitcoin price rally. And speaking of bullishness, Bitcoin can still hit 100,000 no matter who wins this presidential election in a few days. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome everyone to the live stream. What's good? We're live in the flesh. We're streaming live on X, Rumble, and the Tube. I'm going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. It feels so good to be back at our normal time at 4 p.m. here. Welcome everybody and happy TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Shout out Everlasting Bliss, Tony Miller, Diana Jones. Good to have you here. She says hand counting ballots would be expensive. Where's JV? I'm right here, Tony. We definitely flying past 100 G's in Pumpvember. That's right. Happy first of the month. It is November, family. Make some noise for that. We had about a 10% price gain in October. Now November in full swing. We'll hit the gong for a very bullish new all-time high here in November. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Good to see you, the Oracle. Welcome to the live. East Afro King in the building. I'm going to go ahead and check the X feed. A reminder, anyone who reposts the live stream over on X or comments is going to get reposted and shouted out live on stream as we do. We'll be doing that throughout the entire stream. You're going to notice the stream over on X pinned at the very top of the profile. And if you're not following me on X, what are you doing with your life? Please follow us. And let me check here. Clevelander says TGIF, brother. That's right, Clevelander. Just reposted Jabrowski. Diana Jones, best crypto pod. Thank you, Diana. Always an honor. She did a couple reposts. I love it. Someone accused me of some bait predictions. 100 G's is a bait prediction? You kidding me? Been waiting all day. Maybe I need a life. Let's go. Theme music. Take her away.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life. But Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
We made it. That's what's up. Poll workers are paid whether or not a machine or a person counts the ballots, says the Oracle. I used to hand count ballots in the early 2000s. Welcome, Greg. Ahoy, Bitcoin Pirate Crew. Bitcoin holding the last all-time high zone via the weekly candles. All good in the hood. We made it. Shout out Dankness. Honor to have you here, brother. Welcome everyone joining the live stream. Bitcoin's doing a bit of a correction. We're currently just sitting above 69 G's. The inevitable number since the previous all-time high of 2001. Crazy. Here we are still today. Another day in Florida. Right on. Pinellas County representing. You got caffeinated, JV, today. I do got a cup of Joe. I'm not even halfway done with it yet. So the caffeine is just kicking in. Usually there's a bit of a lag, maybe 15 minutes, but shout out Billowette from DC. Welcome to the live stream. I'm going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. A lot to share. Big week ahead of us. Election week incoming. Let's see if we can get any pumpage action over the weekend here as well. A little Saturday sat stack and sat day. We'll soon see. We made it. Bitcoin's holding 69. It sure is. I remember back November 8th, November 10th. That was of 2021. That was the all-time high. And here we are 3 years later, like deja vu, still sitting at 69. Yeah, caffeinated JV in the building. What are you going to do? Hit the caffeine. I mean, hit the gong for caffeinated JV. Let's set a goal. Let's set a live goal. YouTube now allows us to set goals. So I'm going to set a goal live and in the flesh. We're looking for 10 super chats at any level. Make it any level. Is there an any level option? Red or higher, teal, all colors. There we go. All colors. We're going to set it for 60 minutes, 1 hour. And here's what we're going to do. We'll celebrate with a pump watch, a special pump watch. And I'm going to go ahead and launch that goal right now. So ultimately what that means, we have 60 minutes from now, which means till 5:11 p.m. Eastern and also same time frame here in Puerto Rico. If we can get 10 supers, everyone who sends a super will get a gong special shout out. And if we can hit 10, we'll do a special pump watch just for you guys. Let me know if you guys want that to happen. And I appreciate everyone live and on the stream. Still drinking my 40-ounce coffee from an hour ago. Wow. So question, JC. How long does it take you to down a 40-ounce? I'm slow. I started drinking this like an hour. I got lunch and I grabbed the coffee, but I can't drink coffee fast. I don't know why. I got to like sip on it. And it takes my good old time, but it could take me an hour to drink this. So I'll probably be sipping on the caffeine throughout the entire stream. But the good news, by the second hour of the show, you're going to have a super caffeinated JV, raw, live, and uncut, uncensored, as we do. Volatility is the heartbeat of the markets. That's right. Volatility is the life force. Pump it up, Moon Jumper. This one's for you, JC.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
Shout out Barry BTZ. Holland representing. Dankness, I can down it. How do you guys down it like that? Maybe if it was just like an espresso shot and you just bada boom, bada bing, and I could down it with a spindrift. But like, I asked for a 12-ounce coffee, which would typically be like here, but I use my own cup because I don't like the microplastic poison cups. You know what I mean? But they filled it to the very top. So I don't know what they're trying to do to me here today. Let's go. Intravenously, just hook it up. Remember, like in The Simpsons, Homer would drink at the bar and his homie Barney's like, hook it up to my veins. That's dankness with the caffeine. I answered my phone, JB. Hilarious. Do you ever think to open the phone when you hear the little bubble version or only the OG version?
Pump it up.
Greg says I can down a 12-ounce of beer in less than 10 seconds. You're a better man than I am. That reminds me of old school, Frank the Tank, Will Ferrell. Hilarious. Let's go streaking. They're being kind, tip. Well, right on, Greg. Hey, JB, watching for Cornwall, England. In the building. Welcome, Cornwall, England. UK repping. What's your thoughts on the fake news Satoshi wannabe? You guys see that? I shared it in the stream yesterday. A news story, a new guy claiming to be Satoshi. Hilarious.
Pump it up.
Right on. We got more of the OG version.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Well, at least 69 G's is holding. It could be worse. I mean, we did just retouch ultimately price discovery maybe 3-4 days ago. You know what I mean? Shout out Mr. Corvette. Welcome to the live stream, brother. But I rarely do. Pace yourself, shipmate. Pace yourself. That's right. Pace yourself, fool. Pace yourself. Let me check the X feed again before we get the show on the road. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Short coin in the building. I just reposted you. Own Bitcoin, climb up to ownership with altcoin. Says clean, risk it for the biscuit. Guido says Bitcoin crash. Ouch, I need a fix for the ZNA. Right on. And did you guys see Trump's post regarding Elon? Not Elon, I'm sorry. Mark Cuban is actually quite funny. And did you see Kim Kardashian? She embraced being a lizard person with the reptilian costume for Halloween. What if I were to tell you she's just being herself? I did a post the other day, got a lot of love. I'll read it to you. We live in a simulation run by the lizard people. Stack Bitcoin broskies before it's too late because nobody is going to save you. And the meme says, when Bitcoin's 100,000 and everyone comes back for advice, me, it's the price you deserve, brother. It just is what it is. But let me get to that tweet from Trump regarding Cuban, which I find hilarious. Let's see. It should be on here somewhere. Man. Here we go. This is the one. So Donald Trump wrote this long post just dissing Cuban. I'm not going to read you the entire post, but I'll read you what I reposted. Mark is a major loser. Couldn't agree more with Trump on this one. I personally can't stand the clown. Mark is the same loser who once said he'd rather have bananas than Bitcoin because they are more useful. I'll never forget that. We covered it on the pod. I never miss a beat because I stream live each and every day for the past 6 years. So you can't fool me, Mr. Cuban. And hopefully he gets smoked like a Cuban blunt. I'm just saying, I don't like that guy at all. I hate people who FUD Bitcoin first and foremost. You know what I mean? But anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing and welcome everyone to the live stream. If you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Then hit the subscribe button and subscribe. It's free. And then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. Today is pod episode 1805. I'm your fearless host, JV. And today is November 1st. So happy 1st of the month. Let's get it. A big week ahead of us. Obviously, election day is only 4 days out on November 5th. And so stack sats accordingly. We may get a Trump pump. And but anyways, let's dive right in with our market watch as we do each and every day. You should be seeing Coin 360 pull up here. Bitcoin trading at roughly 69.3 at the time of the live. We have Ether pulling back, BNB in the back. But XRP is in the green barely. Big news, another ETF application for XRP. I think that's why it's actually in the green today. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're currently sitting on a 2.33 trillion market cap total for crypto. The Bitcoin market cap is 1.3 trillion. We have roughly 100 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance is 58.8%. Ether dominance holding on to 13%, the lowest it's been for many years. Do you think this trend will likely continue for the bull? Let me know. And which particular alts are you most bullish on for the bull run? Holla, and I'll read your comments out loud here shortly. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Safe to say 80% of the market in the red, maybe 20% in the green. And checking out for the monthly, very similar story. Maybe 70% in the red, 30% in the green. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today, we're 75 greed. Yesterday was extreme greed. Last week is 72. And last month, a 42 in fear. We're hitting all different feed and grit index points here. And checking out the time chain calendar. Let's get a refresh, see if this baby loads for us today. Hopefully it does. Sometimes these things don't work. It is what it is. It's loading. Here we go. We're currently on block height, 868,456. You can currently exchange $1 for 1,444 sats. So stack them stats accordingly, broskies. And there you have it. Welcome everyone joining the live stream. What's crack-a-lackin'? Steve Bannon is looking good after prison. Tell me about this Steve Bannon guy. I'm not familiar with him. XRP up 1% at 51 cents. That's a moonshot. Pretty much, Greg. If you're having fun, don't forget we will have an uncensored extended after party as we do every day. Omega Trump candle income in 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Fire. Hair, no hair, Gare Bear. Exactly. The wannabe Care Bear, no hair, Gare. Fire that mofo. I'm with you on that, dankness. Trump says he'll fire him day one. He also says he'll free Ross Ulbricht. Who you guys voting for? And I also have a poll running right now on the tube. November Bitcoin price predictions. Let me know where you feel will likely land. And towards the end of the stream, we'll end the poll and read those results out loud. You feel me?
That is about to be gone, but the coin is on, yep, on. Our trouble's about to be gone.
Shout out Rehan. He wrote, quoting JV, no one is coming to save you. Send Bitcoin and don't miss out on the best Bitcoin pod. Well said, brother. DNA Noonan, love your news, brother. Right back at you. Appreciate the support, broski. Get in where you fit in. He knows his Bitcoin shiznit. I appreciate it, DNA. And thank you again, Short Coin, Diana, all of you guys. Much appreciated. Gong, 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 gong.
So let's manifest, create, celebrate, and anticipate Bitcoin soaring, going. Come on, we waited so long. So hit that gong, I'ma bang it, a roll of and those vibes. Dollars JV and do it up right. We want the gong ride, JV, you know it's gong time. Gong.
JC, how we doing on the poly market odds? Is Trump have a bigger lead? Did it ever surpass 67? I know Elon's goal was 69. Let me know. Welcome, everyone, and shout out Chandy 10 Music. The music we be playing on the stream comes from her. Become a member of the channel. That's right. We do have exclusive perks becoming a member, and the direct link to that is members.cryptonewsalerts.net, or you can just click on memberships on the tube, of course. Moonvember is here, and right now we're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I'm going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. Happy 420 family. Spread the word. That's right, Dankness. Read my mind, brother. Great minds think alike. This gong's for you. Happy 420. But anyways, let's dive into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. And the headline reads, Bitcoin traders eye the key levels as the U.S. job shock sends the Bitcoin price at 71 G's. Here you're looking at a 1-hour chart. Bitcoin bounced back from sub-69 lows on November 1st as shock U.S. jobs data sparked dollar volatility, and we just corrected right back down again. Expect more extreme volatility, especially election season, and we have the U.S. election in 4 days, so be prepared. I believe it's on Tuesday this coming week. Now, okay, check it. Trading views showed a Bitcoin price rebound setting in after October print of non-farm payrolls. These came in dramatically below the expectations, with the economy adding 12,000 jobs versus the expected 106,000. The tally for both September and August was also revised down significantly by 31,000 and 81,000. Unemployment conversely came in on target at 4%, quoting the Kabisi letter. This marks the lowest number of U.S. jobs added since July of 2021. All signs continue to point towards a weaker labor market. They also added it expected the Fed to cut interest rates by another 0.25% at its upcoming meeting November 7th, 2 days after the election. Let me know if you agree with that. Now, the U.S. dollar index, we know as the DXY, suffered on the data release, dropping to 103 before their recovery. And quoting analyst Mikhail Bande-Pop, there we go. He says, noting that the NFP results were worse since January of 2021. Referring to loosening economic conditions, he predicts that the reversal is around the corner as labor markets are getting softer. Now, Bitcoin itself, meanwhile, made an effort to recoup snap losses that had surrounded the October monthly candle close. Bitcoin was around 1.6% on the day and passing 71, and we just corrected right back down to 69, where we're currently at. And I say we're going to have more volatility. Volatility equals the life force, so embrace it. Ideally, the market is setting the next one-day higher low here with sustaining market demand around 69 G's, according to SCU. Another important one-day close later today, as well as November's open, is important for the trend. The trend is your friend, as they say. October's candle close erased 4 months of downward price action. Extremely bullish. The cloud also shows bullish signs. And we're referring to the Ikimoku cloud, as outlined right here on your screen by the analyst. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, my call for 3 years, a cycle minimum high of 220,000 per Bitcoin in play. This was off the back of this tweet here from Gert van Legen. Bitcoin has broken out above the 2-year cup and handle neckline, descending, broadening wedge, not to be confused with wedgie, confirmed by the green volume spike, which you can see in the chart, and the black arrow. Neckline and handle are now being reached as of support. Target range 220 G's, measured from the handle low, minus 320,000 measured from the breakout. So there you go, yo. And now let's pull up some of the live charts. Live Action Jackson, right here, live and in the flesh. This is via TradingView via Coinbase. Right now, Bitcoin trading above 69,300. This is the 1-hour chart. We do have some bull targets in the red at 75.3, and in the green, just under that, is a double bottom target sitting at 74,500, which ultimately is price discovery mode. We just touched 73.6 maybe 4 days ago, putting us in the ballpark of price discovery. We need to break that mofo and ascend higher. Ascension is here, my friends. Now, checking out the 4-hour live chart, we also have a bullish pennant formation, which is bullish, looking pretty sexy right now. We also have a blue target sitting at 81,300, and we have the green target just under, sitting at 78.8, which is a bullish pennant target. And zooming out from the 4-hour power, we'll check out the daily. daily Bitcoin chart shows us we did get quite a few consecutive green daily closes, but past 3 days have been red and corrective. And zooming out from the daily, we still have the sexy weekly cup and handle target sitting at roughly 124 G's, baby. And we do have a bear target, but who cares about the Care Bears? It is what it is. And zooming out from the weekly, we'll check out the monthly real quick, take a quick glance. And the monthly shows us we had a green candle close for October and the month before as well in September. But November is here. Will we get a nice November historic close? You let me know your thoughts and thinking, and I'll read your comments out loud. And welcome everyone to the live stream. Where are my comments getting deleted in the chat? I have no clue, Mika. Just note, censorship is at an all-time high. It's the sad reality of the life we live in. 12,000 jobs created is nothing in a country of 370 million. These people are destroying the country. Preach. 63.9% the last time I checked, JV. Thank you for the heads up regarding the polymarket odds, right? Steve Bannon was a Trump man that was put in prison because he wouldn't testify against Trump. Well, more power to him, ultimately meaning he wasn't a snitch. Notice most of those MACDs are crossing. And how many of you watched the verdict of the Young Thug trial? He did a no-low plea deal, no prison time. So shout out to his lawyers. They did a fantastic job. Brian Steele is the name, by the way. I deleted them, says Adam. What'd you delete, brother? Hi, beautiful people. Shout out Jonathan Gosa. What it do? Nobody knows where the Bitcoin is going. Harmonic pattern when the Bitcoin breaks the all-time high, 74.8. It'll be a blue sky price discovery mode. From November's 2022 low, today 1.14 fib, 88 Gs, the 1.236, 106. Quickly, send it. Let's get it. Hit the likes, please, legends. Thank you, Fairgrounds. No one of the mods are censoring you. Keep the attitude in check and you won't get banned. That's right. You got to note, heavily censored platforms include YouTube. That's why we're also streaming live on X and Rumble, which are the uncensored platforms. You know what I mean? Tis what it is. Bitcoin sitting pretty. Boom, bitty boom. Let's go.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
And a reminder, we do have a target. If we can get 10 supers at any level, even if they're 99 cents, we're going to get a bonus pump watch for you guys whenever we start pumping again. It may be on election day, a big pump for the Trump rally. You never know. We may get a Trump pump. Who's going to win the election? You tell me. And I'll read your comments out loud in the live chat, family, and welcome everyone to the live stream. Let's go.
Pump it up. Like, look.
Pump it up if you came and went long. When the dip hit, you just ate like King Kong. Shout out Crypto Dingo. Appreciate the repost, brother. Shout out Eric the Red. Astrology for the broskies. You got it, brother. That's what we call it here.
Pump it up if your game and went long.
When the dip hit, you just ate like King Kong.
Hey, more than 5 sats in your stack.
Then get it on.
Had the people on my back
to get a song. Smoke them like a bong. Disclaimer, nothing you hear on this stream is financial advice. The information provided is from recent news articles for entertainment and discussion only. Always do your own research before investing in crypto. Great disclaimer. Couldn't have said it better myself. Dankness. Welcome everyone to the stream. Pump those likes. Please repost over on X. Spread the word. JV's just rolling, just getting started. We got a lot to cover today. Happy TGIF. 100 G's. Send it.
to get a song. Where's broke? Have a talk. We smoked them like a bong.
We struck them like a gong. Those bears, that is.
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that
Shiba's the King Kong? I don't know about all that, Echo 1004. Each one teach one. A lesson learned is a lesson earned.
He said, we bought more bags.
Till he got a sore back. You can't short, you dork. You can't afford that.
Till we got a sword back. Can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come.
You should have bought that. Crypto to zero? They really thought that?
We should have bought that. Crypto to zero, they really thought that.
Silly Kramers. These silly Kramers. Looks like we're recovering a little at 69.3. It's all good. Yeah, a little recovery. A great buying opportunity. BTFD. Maybe we'll have a great stack on Saturday at a nice discount. Rules of the chat. Don't disrespect. No disrespect to the mods. JV or the chat. Don't dox anyone in the chat. Don't start the crap in the chat. Don't spam the chat. Any of these will get you banned. Capiche? Capiche? Only Bannon can save Trump now, says Tony. What? Save Trump? Name an asset that can't get confiscated other than Bitcoin. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But let's continue with the headlines. Excuse me, some burpage action here. I don't want to burp in the mic, so when you see my head move, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, let's continue where we left off. Here's the latest from Mr. Adam Back, the Bitcoin OG himself. Financial institutions want the BITI and the ETFs, according to the Blockstream CEO. That's right. Bitcoin is bootstrapped sufficiently in terms of the institutional adoption, partly thanks to the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs. Adam Back, co-founder and CEO of Blockstream, and inventor of the Hashcash, yes please, told Forbes during the interview. Now the ETFs mean that the issuing financial institutions are interested in the expanding of those products and keeping them in the market. So the banking or financial institutional lobby now wants that to be there. Back noted that others also remain interested in the BITI adoption, including entire countries. Quoting him from the interview, "You've got some other allies too. You've got the early stages of sovereign wealth funds and countries buying the BITI or Bitcoin related products and instruments. Nevertheless, back to the other prominent Bitcoin continue to actively tell the Bitcoin story to ensure that the movement's ethos is not misrepresented." And there's the interview, a glimpse of it with Adam Back, the Bitcoin OG himself and the founder of the Hashcash. Yes, please. Back was an early Bitcoin developer, and in fact, I bet you he knows who Satoshi is or was. The first person to receive an email from Satoshi Nakamoto. His invention, the Hashcash, yes, please, provided the foundation for the BITI mining process as the first proof-of-work system used to tackle the email spam and the denial of service attacks. The famous cryptographer's comments came shortly after the crypto industry celebrated the Bitcoin white paper's 16th anniversary, as we celebrated here on the pod yesterday, which is when Nakamoto shared the Bitcoin foundational technical document to a list of cryptographers, including Back, for the first time. And speaking about the Bitcoin growing maturity, most of its initially perceived risks have faded, explained Back in the interview. I think that many initial risks around Bitcoin have receded because the original perception was that it was quite uncertain if a major country or an economic zone like Europe, China, or the US would ban the BITI. That created a lot of perceived regulatory risks. But I think at this point, Bitcoin is bootstrapped sufficiently, and I would have to agree with that. When Bitcoin's technological risks have also subsided, there is still room for innovation for the world's first blockchain network, quoting Mr. Hashcash himself. It is still challenging to scale the blockchains. They are broadcast mechanisms, and I think there is still room for the innovation and improvement about how to do that. Lightning is pretty reliable and nice for the point-of-sale terminals, talking about the layer 2 scaling solution, and person-to-person payments, but there is still room for improvement. Amen. There's always room for the improvement. He gets it. Now, showcasing the network's growing security, the Bitcoin hash rate hit a new all-time high of 769 exahashes per second, October 21st. Hash rate is used as a measure of the Bitcoin cybersecurity, and price tends to follow the hash rate, as Max Kaiser likes to point out quite often. And I agree with that. So as long as the fundamentals are strong, Bitcoin smokes the bears just like a bong. I mean, it is what it is, as JV hits the gong. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Make some noise as we continue to rise vibrations and rise consciousness one stream at a time. What is hard to understand, the top 10 US spot ETFs have consumed over the 50,000 BITIs, 3.7 billion in the past 2 weeks. Mind-boggling numbers, by the way there, Greg. Yet, Bitcoin continues to trade sideways. It is crazy. It's mind-boggling. It's unbelievable. I agreed with y'all too. I want to buy more of the dip. This might be the dip. It might be. 225 end of the year will be the cycle peak if the camel toe wins. So there's no stopping the BITI. Hopefully it pumps a bit on the weekend. Always a bullish sign for the retail. Just watch the commentary after the Peter Thiel Bitcoin speech 2022. Talk about equities versus the BITI. Pretty much predicted MicroStrategy's TradFi Bitcoin black hole inevitability. Hands up. And they say there, 500 750 G cycle peak. Otherwise, send it. Bitcoin is a sovereign asset. No one can take it from you, but you invest in the only self-inflating asset. People that say value in fiat. What do we call them, folk? You already know, family. I mean, I gotta have Michael Saylor spell it out for you. I mean,
but like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets out of
people. Such a classic clip. It takes so long for him to get to the the good part. They always cut it short.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best?
There is no second best.
There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Tell them. Uneducated and uninformed. That's the reality of it, Oracle. That's the reality of it. Bitcoin is a sovereign asset. Sovereignty. That's right. If you believe in self-sovereignty, you should believe in self-custody. Don't give your biddy to the banks. Self-custody. Learn how to properly self-custody your biddy. Nacho cheese, nacho keys. Meaning nacho keys, nacho coins. Capiche? Get it while you can. Well said, H. Herrera. And welcome everyone to the live stream. Funny little meme dog. I don't know, just popped up on my feed. Made me laugh a little bit. But Bitcoin does not care who the president is. Number one, it'll make it a strategic reserve, and the other will fire up the printer. Either way, the biddy go up. Facts. Well said, Greg. Real talk. And we're going to be discussing that a little later. You're taking back my time, dude. What are you referring to, Obsidian? You are taking back to my time. What does that mean? Like, are we in the DeLorean? In Back to the Future? Are we going back to 2008 before the Genesis block? I mean, what's really going on there, Obsidian? Let me know.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever,
Laura. Do you know what forever means? Infinity and beyond. Timelessness. Bitcoin is timeless. Music. Music makes me high. What about the music? What do you mean? You don't like the music? Who cares? Why are you tuned in? If you honestly don't like the music I play, why watch my stream when there's a million other streamers? You know what I mean? Don't complain about it, for Christ's sake. Shout out Ahmed. I appreciate you subscribing. I'm going to assume you like my music. So, shout out. Camel toe needs what? The fleas of 1,000 camels to infest her. What? And her arms too short to reach. Good Lord. Got to keep it 100 though. Got to keep it 100. But anyways, keep the comments flowing. Let's dive into our next story of the day. JV's caffeine is finally kicking in for the win. Speaking of Trump, check this headline. Donald Trump makes a last-minute appeal to the crypto voters. That's right. He did a special post the other day. We read that out loud, actually. With less than a week until the presidential election, 4 days to be exact, in the U.S., many people are voting early. Let me know if you vote. Republican presidential candidate Trump took to his social media platform to remind the voters of his campaign promises on crypto. That's right. Yesterday, Truth Social and X posts. I actually reposted it. Trump called on his roughly 8 million followers to vote for him in the 2024 election, claiming he would have all the Bitcoin made in the USA if elected. The message included a happy 16th anniversary for the Bitcoin white paper and claims to end the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris' war on crypto, which is precisely what Senator Warren and Gary Gensler have achieved thanks to this BS administration. Just point out the obvious. I know I'm preaching to the choir. Despite the Democratic candidate pledging to support whatever she says is BS. Quoting Trump here, I would like to wish our great Bitcoiners a happy 16th anniversary of the Satoshi white paper. We will end Kamala's war on crypto, and Bitcoin will be made in the USA. Vote Trump. Hashtag Bitcoin. Hashtag Free Ross. Day one, which he promised at the Nashville event. As of October, most polls showed Harris and Trump neck and neck in crucial battleground states where the results of the Electoral College vote will be likely decided. Early voting will end Georgia, Texas, Arizona, and parts of Idaho, Utah, Nevada on November 1st. That's today, with some states allowing voting through Election Day over the next 4 days. Now, during his time in office, Trump said Bitcoin was based on thin air. That was back in the day, I believe 2019, and referred to the crypto as a scam. In 2021, as a presidential candidate, he made several claims that could affect the industry, including promising to pardon Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht, which he claims he'll do on day one. He announced that at the Nashville Bitcoin Conference. Restrict all remaining Bitcoin mining entirely within the U.S., making the United States of America a Bitcoin mining hub, and block the government from developing a central bank digital currency, which we all know is going to come down the pipeline one way or the other. Say no to CBDCs. Say yes to the biddy. Now, with the election day closing on in, social media platforms are rife with misinformation about both presidential candidates and their policies concerning crypto and blockchain. October 30th, MicroStrategy exec Michael Saylor posted quotes from X with an interview that did not exist that claimed Trump proposed abolishing capital gains taxes on crypto. So apparently that was fake news. At the time of publication, Saylor not removed the post, but Bitcoin advocate Pompliano reposted it over on LinkedIn. So apparently Trump didn't really say that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the word on the street, at least according to this article published by Cointelegraph. So there you go. Yo. And before we dive into our next story of the day, discuss MicroStrategy's $42 billion Bitcoin bet, followed by some bullish price predictions. Holla at your boy. Let me read the comments here. Yo, welcome everyone to the live stream. We're streaming live and in the flesh. X, Rumble, YouTube, 500 people on the live stream. Make some noise. Didn't give them a chance today. A chance to do what precisely there? Let me know. And let me make sure the comments are live. Streamlabs. Let me make sure. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it is what it is. Let me check the X feed again, family. And a reminder, anyone who reposts the stream or comments will get shouted out and I'll follow you back. You're going to notice the stream pinned at the very top of the profile. You can't miss it. I'm rocking the Bukelenomics hat. Hit the repost button. Spread the love. We get more eyeballs on the stream. And yeah, TGIF. A great day to be stacking the biddy. 69 G's, considering we got a 5,000 discount from what we just tapped 4 days ago. So stack the sats accordingly, fam. Greg says, I like the idea that Bitcoin mining is embraced by the U.S. However, that to some degree defeats the purpose of the biddy. Global, immune, government, control, irrefutable, immutable, exacted, in minutes, anywhere, anytime, any place, in your face. The mods have deleted everyone. No. Mods only delete the trolls and spammers. You missed the troll attack. Oh, wow. You whopped them up. This is the Wop Wop song. Wop, 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 wop. JC, mess him up. Yo, Dankness. Let him do his stuff. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. If people do not respect that chat, you are gone. You get smacked with the tool. Wop, wop, wop. That's just how it is. Yeah. But it's a good sign when we get a lot of trolls. That means we're getting some love from the algorithm or the trolls wouldn't find the stream. So thank you, trolls. Bannon, we need you, brother. This is Tony Miller. What up, Tony? What's good? And fam, this is a live and interactive show. I see we got 500 people live. Let me know where you're tuned in from. And many blessings on blessings on blessings. Stack the biddy. The biddy is our number one weapon against the CBDCs, the number one weapon against the evil government, the weapon against the lizard folk, and everything above.
It's back. Yeah, get ready for the real report. It might even make you cry.
Woo! Let's go. And yes, we do have a clips channel. That's an official channel where we put the shorts and clips. So the short format content, you can find at clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. There we go. We got our first super. We're 10% to our goal. Whop them up. Shout out to the East Afro King. This gong's for you. Anyone who sends a super will get a custom gong hit, whatever you want me to say with it on stream. And if we can get 10 by the top of the hour in the next maybe 20 minutes, we'll do a bonus pump watch, something special for you guys. As long as they behave, I have no issue with the people. Why they trolling like ain't they tired? Trying to strike a chord is probably a minor. Like Biden, they not like us. You need to wake up. Mod should be working for the SEC. Okay, pirates, we survived the maelstrom. Go Trump. Putin is a gentle man who needs your help. Putin, eh? House music from Maryland. Love the show. Thank you, Joe Mega BQ. Maryland in the building. Good to have you here with us. Welcome, everyone. Just joined the live stream.
Yeah, you can call me 3AC because I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please. Yeah, it's going to pump.
It's going to pump.
Drop foot, but it's still not slowing it up.
Never slowing up.
I can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love.
Ooh, that's right. The Fed's already showing us love.
Flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
Uncle Vlad. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? I've had fired Gigi a long time ago. I can't believe that mofo is still in office. Still the chairman after all the disgraceful BS, all the unlawful lawsuits. Well, I guess he's doing a fantastic job for his handlers, whatever lizard folk he's working for, considering they've collected insane amount of money in fines, billions, if not hundreds of millions from the exchanges, shaking them all down. Free Ross. If Trump wins, Gary will leave. But here's the reality. They're just going to replace Gary with another suit to continue where Gary left off. That's the unfortunate reality, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, so be careful what you wish for. It's like, we need to replace Gary. And then they give us someone 10 times worse than Gary. I mean, 12K added jobs this month. It is disgusting what they're doing to America. Yeah, it's crazy, yo. It is crazy. But keep the comments flowing. Let's dive into our next story of the day, let's discuss this $42 billion purchase from MicroStrategy over the course of the next 3 years. Super uber bullish for the shareholders, MicroStrategy's ambitious goal of buying $42 billion worth of Bitcoin by 2027 could be a winner. Well, it will be a winner for the shareholders and all Bitcoiners around the world. During MicroStrategy's October 30th earnings call, the company tipped plans to raise $21 billion in equity and another $21 billion. It's called the 21-21 plan. In honor of 21 million Bitcoin, you put 2 and 2 together, in debt to fund the 3-year multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin buy-in spree dubbed the 2021 plan. Quoting them here, if there were any doubts that MicroStrategy would lean into its Bitcoin acquisition strategy amid the rise in Bitcoin market, they were dispelled by the October 30th announcement, benchmark fintech analyst Mark Palmer shared in the email. Now, Palmer predicts MicroStrategy stock could be worth $300 if MicroStrategy followed through with the 21-21 plan. He raised his price target for MicroStrategy from the previous estimate of $245, which is now close to MicroStrategy's current trading price as of October 31st. Palmer's model assumes continued price appreciation for the biddy, which he expects to hit 175 G's by the end of next year. How many of you would love to see a $175,000 biddy? Let me know. And how would that impact your life? Quoting Palmer again, MicroStrategy enters this new, even more audacious phase in the execution of its strategy, having assembled an impressive track record over the past 4 years plus. And as you can see here, the capital raising target 42 equals 21 plus 21. 21-21, let's go. Double blackjack for the win. Now, during its August 1st earnings call, MicroStrategy doubled down on the Bitcoin buying by committing to a unique performance metric called the Bitcoin yield. Bitcoin yield measures the ratio of the Bitcoin holdings to outstanding shares and effectively sets the Bitcoin per share as the launch star for the corporate performance. Quoting Palmer here, with many investors have been focused on the MicroStrategy market capitalization relative to the net asset value, we believe a more valuable metric for assessing the company's value is it to be the Bitcoin yield. As of September, MicroStrategy held more than 252,000 Bitcoin worth more than $17 billion as of yesterday, October 31st. Meanwhile, the total market cap of MicroStrategy shares stands approximately at $42 billion. That's according to Yahoo. Quoting Palmer again, management raised their annual target for MicroStrategy Bitcoin yield for each of the next 3 years from 4 to 6%, 6 to 10% to reflect an expected impact of the 21-21 plan. On September 24th, Palmer said MicroStrategy should consider a plan to start generating the yield by lending out a portion of its Bitcoin holdings. And MicroStrategy also has a plan, according to Saylor, to become $1 trillion Bitcoin bank. What are your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on the 21-21 plan? And how do you feel a $42 billion purchase of Bitcoin over the next 3 years, which at today's value of the Bitcoin price is over 500,000 Bitcoin being added to their balance sheet, which is going to be more than the minted supply over the next 3 years. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll read these comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the live stream. What's crack-a-lackin' in the hood? What's good? Make some noise. Don't forget there is a live poll. Don't forget we're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. And don't forget anyone who sends a super will get a gong hit. And if we can get 10 within the next 15-20 minutes, whenever that goal is up, we'll have a bonus pump watch for you guys whenever we start pumping the biddy. Now I can take a deep breath. Welcome everyone to the live stream.
If it's not going to zero, it's going to 1 million. It's either nothing, right? If it's nothing, then it's getting scrubbed out and banned. And of course, we now know that it's not getting banned.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
Do you agree? Asked Michael. Don't be shy.
Agree? And there is no second best asset. And that is why we are here, right? Because we need...
Correct. I refer to him, if not Peter Sniff, I've been referring to him as the Peter Schiffmeister. Because he's very shifty feller. Was that the new episode that you sent me in my DM there, Oracle? For the Y-Files, that is.
Let me do my thing. You know we about as long as a piece of string. Shoulders closing fast, but you do your way.
Let's go and shout out Hecklefish, the one and only.
Come on, lose your cash.
Nipsey needs to meet Heckle. It'd be a good combination right there.
It's moving fast. Do your thing, let me do my thing.
AJ was in the chat. Nice.
Black rock, pump it up.
And we ain't referring to Mr. Jones. Different AJ.
I see some shorters selling. See news reporters telling us all to.
Yes, that's the new one. Cool. That's the brand new one. Thank you, JC.
Sell it, we start longing that shit so we can hop in and shit.
And we can pump it up. Weekend pump, yo. The final weekend before the election. Crazy times we're living in. Crazy times. I've seen all sorts of crazy predictions regarding what's going to happen. And let me know your thoughts.
Profit.
People that use...
Yes, I know. The host is AJ. I'm just saying it happens to be the initials of one of our favorite guys over from InfoWars.
Fiat currency
As a store of value, fiat hoarders, what do we call them?
as a store of value.
Elon Dr. Evil for Trump.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Pump the biddy. Bomb. Mm-hmm. He's always about his beavers. Beavers, eh? Who don't like the beaver? I've never met a broski who said, I don't like the beaver. Leave it to Beeve. Ask Wally.
People.
What up, fam? We here. They not like us. Preach. Well said.
They not like us. They not like us.
Those lizard folk. Let's keep the lizard folk at bay. Take that, Zuckerberg. Take that, Kim Kardashian. Did you see her Halloween costume was a legitimate reptilian? So I was telling people she was just being herself for Halloween because we know the lizard people control a lot of these folk. Come on now. Anyways, got to be careful what you talk about here. Shout out to the Anunnaki. What was it? Enki. Sailor engineered a way to use TradFi to accumulate all the Bitcoin to be minted from now until the end of time. Genius. And shout out to all the geniuses in here who got the front run. MicroStrategy, meaning you adopted Bitcoin prior to 2020 when Sailor got involved. It's a beautiful thing. The beautiful thing about the Biddy is Biddy the beautiful thing. You feel me? Doge is looking good. Word. Doge doing good. Freedom is speech. Whoop, whoop. Freedom of speech. It's our First Amendment. Diddy parties. Yeah, you see J-Lo came out and backed Harris. Not surprised. Was that not Diddy's ex? Come on now. Can't make this ish up. Who has the Doge moon bag? Asked Laura. Anyone bullish on the Doge? Let us know. I love the last few Wi-Fi's. Video was a lot. Cool. All the more reason we got to do a react session to one of them. Anunnaki. Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo. But anyways, keep the comments flowing. Let's continue with the news, shall we? Next story of the day, we got some bullishness. Headline reads, Bitcoin's golden cross drives 148,000 rally predictions. And then we'll get into Bitcoin hitting six figures regardless who wins the election, right? That's a little blasphemous, though, art right here. I mean, I don't agree with this. I mean, who would put that type of artwork out there, for Christ's sake? But anyways, I digress. Renowned analyst Crypto Ran has highlighted a traditional golden cross on the Bitcoin daily chart, indicating the strong bullish momentum, and the bulls are going wild. This pattern occurs when a 50-day moving average crosses above the 20-day moving average. CryptoRand notes that this recent crossover could signal a similar rally to the one experienced in late 2023, when the Bitty soared from around 34 Gs to an all-time high above 73, marking a 110% increase in 4 months. In his analysis, the analyst suggests that if history repeats itself, Bitcoin could aim approximately to 148,000 in the coming months. He mapped out a timeline of 137 days from the initial golden cross, indicating this rally could unfold from early to mid 2025. Complementing this analysis, Ali Martinez was focused on the Bitcoin market value to realized value, known as the MVRV ratio. The ratio compares the Bitcoin current market price with the average purchase price, providing insights into whether the asset is undervalued or overvalued. Martinez's analysis reveals the crossover, and we ain't talking about Allen Iverson's crossover family, of the MVRV ratio above the 365-day simple moving average. Another bullish golden cross. Martinez explains this crossover, I ain't talking about a Jordan crossover either. It's historically indicative of the upcoming bull rallies, suggesting the market participants are accumulating the Bitty at a faster pace. Talk about Speedy Gonzalez. Underlay, Iba. Come on now. Historical data supports this, as previous instances of the MVRV ratio crossovers have led to substantial price increases. For example, similar patterns in 2020, 2021, and 2023 preceded rally 638%. Send it. 69%. Yes, please. And 236% respectively. And with the MVRV golden ratio cross now in place, Ali asserts that the Bitty is poised for another major rally, despite the recent peaks around 72. In fact, we just tapped 73.6 4 days ago live and on stream, reassuring investors there remains significant potential for the upside growth. And meanwhile, the old man Peter Brandt shared a similar outlook, predicting that the Bitty could reach a top of 135 Gs per coin. However, he emphasized a breakout for this next leg up has yet to occur, leaving room for the further price appreciation. Now let's discuss some of the external factors. Analysts believe the external factors, such as the upcoming U.S. presidential election in 4 days, could act as a catalyst for the Bitcoin price movement. Also, Matthew Siegel, not to be mixed up with Steven Seagal, head of research for digital assets at Van Eck, argues that Bitcoin's correlation with traditional assets appears bullish on the election approaching. And as you already know, we were just at 71. We just corrected back down to 69. Anything can happen, but the bigger picture here, we can reach 148,000, reflecting a strong sentiment in the crypto community. That's what a lot of the analysts are projecting here in the coming months. Also consider we're still in Q4, family. Historically, Q4 year of the halving, we typically gain about 88% from the price action. If someone can run the math from today at 69 Gs, 88% increase from here, where would that take us? Let me know and I'll read your comments out loud before we dive into our feature story of the day. And the caffeine is fully in my body now. If you couldn't tell, now you know. Fools and mofos. Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, Laura. It's going up forever, Laura. This gong's for y'all. I appreciate it, family. Happy Friday. TGIF. Now pump the Bitty. No Diddy. When it comes to a series TA on the Bitty, there's 3 indicators to put in your quiver: the MVRVZ, the Pi cycle, and the Meyer multiple. We appreciate your insights there, Greg. What about the Fibonacci? It seems the Fibonacci is one of the most accurate things because it's God ultimately, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Fibonacci sequences, that's like God's language. I've studied a little bit of Fibonacci outside of, price indicators and Bitcoin, just in general, the way the numbers always are. You know what I mean? Bitcoin is the real power. Exactly. Bitcoin, there is no second best. It would bring us to 124,000 with an 80. Well, let's go. People are holding money in case, oh boy, she wins. She is going to put us in the greatest depression. When Trump wins, we will see the Bitcoin price start rising. Well said, Dankness. It did for the first 100 years, and then the Federal Reserve was created. Womp womp. Bitcoin was a lot better off without the ETFs, in my opinion. BlackRock always stood for what I wanted to avoid. Love my biddy, and I'll never sell it to thy enemy. Hold on to the biddy. All the more reason to do so. Below it, 80%. Thank you for the math on that. 124, send it. And that's ironic because the chart on the weekly, which I share every day, has that cup and handle target of 124,000, and 80% math takes us right to that target. I still am optimistic we can hit 124 G's in Q4 here this year. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Holla at your boy. Power will always find a way. It is why decentralization is so important. That's why it's so important we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin separates money from state. We don't trust the state. We don't want the state in control of our healthcare. We don't want the state involved in our frickin' money. That's what a CBDC will be, and you need to combat that with the biddy because they already planned this over a decade ago. You guys already know. We never aspire to our dreams, but we fail to our level of training. Trump should be the Speaker of the House, but I will settle for the prez. 225,000 end of the year. Let's go. Florida holds $800 million in crypto-related investments, according to the Florida State CFO. Florida, let's go. That's what's up. MicroStrategy signaling a massive supply shock. Bring it. But it is ironic. Everyone in this picture with Diddy supports Kamala. We got people like LeBron James, Taylor Swift, Ellen DeGeneres, Beyonce, Ben Stiller, Oprah Winfrey, Madonna, Jay-Z, the Jigga Man. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. In business with your best friend Diddy. J-Lo. And Leonardo DiCaprio, who's apparently Diddy's favorite partier at the freak-offs. But anyways, I digress. Welcome everyone to the live stream. Make some noise, holla. Michael Saylor and his accumulation of Bitcoin make me smile. Amen. It makes me smile because I got to front run that mofo, and now he's Employee of the Month. The greatest CEO of the past 100 years, according to Max Kaiser. You know what I mean? When it comes to the time, they cannot buy more of the biddies because the exchanges of the miners are out. Yeah, right now it's the lowest level of Bitcoin on the exchanges for the past 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, Greg. But I believe that's the case. I don't have the exact number, but we will run dry just based on Michael Saylor buying every Bitcoin in existence over the next 3 years, in which they plan to do with the 2121 plan. Yeah, it's an air gun, but very efficient. What air gun are we talking about, yeah? They're all corruptive Harris endorsements. Miners always retain the percentage. Isn't Trump oiled up at a Diddy? No. I've never seen him at a Diddy party. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, he's a great actor and all, just as Robert De Niro is a great actor, but he's not a good person. Clearly, he's compromised. So I would say Leonardo has been compromised for a very long time. He's actually like a young De Niro. They kind of groomed him in the same way, hence why he's in so many De Niro movies. Called the hammer of the Umarex. What does that mean? The hammer of the Umarex. It is really fun. Look it up. I have to look it up. Judges are saying that the Michigan Secretary of State is a threat to the democracy. Time for her to resign. You're out. You're fired. Epstein for Kabbalah 20. What? Kambala. That's hilarious. 2024, Tony Miller. Yeah, yo. I mean, it's going to be an interesting time. What are your predictions for the election? Let me know. But we got to get to our feature story of the day. I didn't realize the time. It's passing so fast. Give me a sip more of this lemon spindrift to wash this caffeine down. I still got a lot of coffee too, man. I don't even know if I can drink this much. I don't know if it's just me, but when I drink coffee, I got to go to the bathroom. It like flushes out the system. It's crazy. So I got to be careful. I still got another hour to go. Okay, there's a school of TA that has a very high level of probability. It's called the harmonic patterns, the M&W Elliott wave theories, not to be confused with Missy Elliott, right? Are well identified to give you the huge edge. Why want the huge edge? No Trump at the day parties. I don't see any evidence of it. I mean, definitely not a good look to be at that party. Yeah, I mean, but virtually everyone in Hollywood is at the Diddy parties, Diddying it up. No Diddy, including J-Lo. I mean, dumb and short of 2 Baileys. You will finish that coffee. Well, anything's possible with God, right? God makes all things possible. We may have a stream for the next 15 hours, though, if I finish that cup. I'm not going to get off from the mic. Give me the mic. I'll take it off this thing and I'll just hold it and hit the gong for 12 hours straight until we have 1 million people on stream. And if 1 million people don't join the live stream, just keep it going forever, Laura, along with the Bitcoin price. What we did, I bought a computer in this office and we did a pump watch forever, 24/7 channel. We just create a channel called Crypto News Alerts Pump Watch, or maybe Bitcoin Pump Watch Alerts. And we just keep a 24-hour stream of Bitcoin going up forever, Laura. Man, I think I'm a genius. It'll be the largest, not televised, but in the internet world, it's televised in a way. Internet-vised. And it just runs 24/7 until it goes up forever. Even after we hit 1 million, we just keep it going. And maybe we can get 1 million people on it and bring more adoption to the Bitcoin. I'm just thinking out loud, just trying to think outside the box. Just found an article about it. Check out the Economic Times. Change it to the Diddy party. The diddler strikes again. Except for the real heroes, Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, and Mark Wahlberg. Are they the real heroes? Shout out Sylvester Stallone and Mel Gibson, and apparently Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Actors alike politicians, can't trust any of them. Trump is the Bitcoin god, says Tony Miller. I think there are, of course, there's exceptions to every rule. This is true. There's always going to be some good people sprinkled in the bad. Like, for example, I look at Cat Williams as a good, honorable human being. Dave Chappelle, for the most part, I mean, I can be wrong, but on the surface, I don't know his personal life. I got to meet Dave Chappelle, though, at one of his events in Clearwater. It was a pretty cool guy. I got to hang out with him after the show ended. It's just like few and far in between, though. There's not many. Like George Carlin, I looked at as one of us, like a good guy, trying to spread knowledge through, you know what I mean, making jokes. He was one of my favorite comedians of all time. Oftentimes, comedians tell the truth, but we're living in a society today where it's like, haram, to tell the truth, even if it's for jokes. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Don't generalize. They're called out, those mofos. True that, don't trust any politician. Why is it in the Economic Times, Billouette, it is be the front page or the fold of the New York Times if it were true? Yeah, rest in peace, George Carlin, one of the greats. I used to love him. I grew up listening to him because my father was a huge fan. My father listened to George Carlin and had his records, you know, his comedian things back from when he was a kid. And we used to always watch all his stand-up together. I've watched all of his throwbacks from the very beginning. I even remember buying my pop's books of George Carlin's books, you know, that he published or whatever. But he's great because he used his platform to enlighten people. And you got to respect that. And he did it through comedy. And that's the beauty of comedy. You know what I mean? Before we had this woke society. I'm not voting for Trump per se. I am voting for the team he is surrounding himself with. Well, it's out there, not making it up, says Billouette. Hulk Hogan, Secretary of the Defense. I mean, everyone's scared of the Hulkster. I mean, got a good point. Bitcoin does not go up forever, but in the past 15 years, the Bitcoin Liquid Index holders of the Bitcoin charts. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We still got our feature story of the day. So let me just check the X feed one more time. Again, anyone repost the stream, comment the stream. You're going to notice the stream up on the X profile. Show it some love. We're still going to go for another hour, the uncensored version of the pod. We just got to dive into our feature story first. Election season right around the corner, hence why it's the main topic for the day. So let's dive into our feature story of the day, shall we? Headline reads, Bitcoin can still hit 100,000 no matter who wins this presidential election here in the States in the next 4 days, November 5th. Today's November 1st. Happy first of the month, family. So yeah, the 2024 U.S. presidential election has raised debates about how both candidates might shape the future of crypto, particularly the king, the BTC. I ain't talking about Elvis. I ain't talking about the king of pop, Michael Jackson. May he rest in peace. We're talking about the biddy. Now, with the growing number of Bitcoin and alt hodlers in the U.S., any winner can make crypto regulation a key issue. So regardless of whether the former President Trump or Kamala becomes the commander-in-chief, Bitcoin's march towards 100 Gs, Bippe, seems inevitable, driven by underlying factors that transcend the political landscape. And there's the key. Bitcoin transcends all politics. Let me know if you agree with that. If Trump secures the presidency, many expect a Bitcoin rally. We call it the Trump pump. His bold promises, including the possibility of adding Bitcoin to the U.S. reserves and the attempt to promote the World Liberty Financial Token, even despite its failure, has raised the pro-crypto sentiment. Now, Trump's administration will likely focus on reducing regulatory barriers to crypto innovations, positioning the U.S. as a global hub for digital finance. This pro-crypto sentiment aligns with Trump's broader economic policies that prioritize reducing the governmental control over financial markets and encouraging innovation. That's right. The Bitcoin separates the money from the state. That's the beauty of the biddy. On the other hand, a Kamala victory is predicted to trigger a more neutral response from the market. She does not make direct promises about crypto, but works towards ensuring there is consumer protection and that financial crimes are prevented. AKA, she's an enemy of crypto, hence Gary Gensler, Senator Warren, all a part of the Biden administration. They're there for a reason, to basically destroy crypto to the best of their abilities, to ultimately create fear and FUD into the market because it suppresses the price. And I think that's their whole agenda at the end of the day. Correct me if I'm wrong, fam. The Harris administration will probably still keep insisting on the right balance of protection against risk. Yeah, ultimately continue to be an enemy of the biddy. Come on now. Her supporters, progressive most of all, are for clear regulations that allow the crypto market to be more transparent, hence permitting financial inclusion while reducing the risk of fraud. Notice she keeps saying fraud and manipulation. Fraud. What about all the fraud and manipulation behind the US dollar? What about sending all of this money to the Ukraine for war, and we don't have any money to support our own folk in the United States after the hurricane? All the victims in the US, what do they get? $750. Meanwhile, hundreds of millions and billions are going to the Ukraine. Money launderers, tax avoidance. Come on now. Yet people will still wish to see crypto employed in ways that could empower underserved communities, but with the caution due to the over-speculation. Regardless of the outcome, one thing remains clear. 2025 could be the year of the most comprehensive and favorable crypto regulations. The trend towards transparent and pro-crypto regulatory frameworks cannot be denied. Well, I will say this. Bitcoin has come a long way. 5 years ago, in 2019, Trump declared Bitcoin ultimately an enemy of the US dollar and saying it was a scam. Now he's fully embraced the biddy. It's a sign of the times. Let that sink in. The primary factor that may drive the Bitcoin price up is not the election itself, but rather the current instability of the global financial system. The growing national debt, which has already surpassed 105,000 US dollars per US citizen, and the increasing federal budget have created a fragile environment for traditional assets. Bitcoin, with its decentralized and limited supply, is viewed as a hedge against the uncertainties. Investors are seeking refuge from inflationary pressures and potential financial instability, which is why they're turning to the biddy. Preach. Now, another significant driver of the Bitcoin growth is the regulatory clarity. Why do we have a guy named No Claire Gare as the chair of the SEC when all we need is regulatory clarity? That's because there is a freaking war on crypto thanks to the Biden administration. Put two and two together. Come on now. Now, while Bitcoin has largely escaped prosecution from the SEC, which classifies it as a commodity, similar to gold or oil, the overall regulatory environment for the decentralized finance of crypto at large remains uncertain. By design, war on crypto, Senator War, and Come on now. With the government focusing on creating clear industry frameworks, the anticipation of favorable laws could trigger the DeFi revolution. Transparency can not only bring more confidence to the investors, but also unlock new levels of innovation and adoption in the crypto space, pushing the Bitcoin price even higher. Concerns about centralization have been raised as large entities like BlackRock and MicroStrategy have acquired substantial Bitcoin holding. Now, here's something interesting. BlackRock, largest asset manager in the world, already acquired like something insanity like 400,000 Bitcoin or 500,000, wherever they're at. Now, MicroStrategy, who do you think the primary shareholder is? BlackRock. BlackRock owns a piece of virtually every major company in the S&P 500 as a primary shareholder. It's wild. Even Microsoft, second largest shareholder, BlackRock. Largest shareholder, Vanguard. You know what I mean? And they're about to vote. Shareholders are in the process of voting if Microsoft is going to adopt the Bitcoin. Now, big deal right here. And this is big news because Microsoft is one of the largest companies in the world. They have access to hundreds of billions of dollars of cash. If they adopt the Bitcoin, and considering BlackRock as a primary shareholder, game on. Game on. However, Bitcoin remains decentralized, mostly thanks to being driven by the miners and the beautiful Bitcoin community. I salute you. The decentralized nature of the Bitcoin infrastructure ensures no one can control the network. That is one of the reasons it preserves the position and will always be the number one crypto. Wait, I lied. Bitcoin will remain number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How do you like those apples? And while the Bitcoin price can experience volatility if the major hodlers sells off the portion of their holdings, these events are temporary and cannot fundamentally change the Bitcoin path to, keyword, supremacy. Yeah, I like that word. Furthermore, the approval of the Bitcoin ETFs marked a pivotal movement for the world of finance, bridging the gap between traditional finance and the crypto market. Since the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs back on January 11th of this year, Bitcoin costs stable, mostly staying above the 58,000 level, which is significant given the previous volatility. The introduction of the Bitcoin-based financial market, such as ETFs, encourages institutional money to enter the market, like entering the dragon, like Bruce Lee in his prime. Bitcoin's inherent value enables it to thrive, another beautiful word, in both positive and negative scenarios, no matter who becomes the next U.S. president. Despite regulatory changes or economic uncertainty, Bitcoin can benefit from the instability that plagues the other markets. As favorable regulations loom and the Bitcoin role as a hedge against financial instability becomes clearer, crystal clear, its price is becoming more and more likely to rise and reach 100 G's. So send it and let's freaking go. You feel me? Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. I'm going to read your comments out loud before we enter our after party. JV, uncensored, right? Soon here. So welcome everybody. Let's freaking go. Someone throws something at Trump's feet at the last rally. I've never seen the Secret Service move so fast that they did to kick whatever it was away. Well, what the hell did they throw at him? And what do they do if someone throws something at someone... Do they arrest them? Do anything about it? Bitcoin, first they laugh at you. Then they condemn you. Then they join you. Yeah, I remember back in 2017, when JB discovered the Biddy. Everyone laughed. JB, you're trading real money for the fake internet money? Retard. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating just a little bit. But that was the sentiment in the market. Like, we're going to trade real dollars? You kidding me? JV, I'm going to trade 1,500 real US dollars for the fake internet money? Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Jiving and thriving. Preach. Shout out to the war paint. Where's the Nippinator? Living his best life, I guess. You know what I mean? Nipsey got a whole house to roam. So... I looked like a cell phone or a small box. Wow. They do arrest you for endangering their protectee. Good. There should be a consequence, clearly. What's the prediction about the market? Shout out Mod. What up? Who's laughing now, bruh? Bitcoin's up 40, 50x since then. Who's laughing now, bro? The fake internet money is dominating the real US dollar monopoly tulip mania. Who's laughing now, bruh? Yeah, it's hilarious. The world is just hilarious. The world is a stage. You guys know this. You guys are the smart folk in the world. Hence why you're Bitcoiners. The Bitcoiners, intelligent. It's hard to bullshit a Bitcoiner. We can see through the veil of the matrix. And that's what makes us unique. And I think that's what unites us. You feel me? Who's laughing now? You know what I mean? Real talk.
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration. People are always saying about the talk.
And I talk and I talk and I talk. But guess frickin' what? I back it up. Anyways, fam, what we're going to do is continue with the uncensored version of the pod, but let me end the poll on the stream over on the tube, and I'll read you the results out loud before we switch it over to the Rumble. And again, we're still live on X, Rumble, and YouTube, just FYI. We stream on all three platforms each and every day, 7 days a week. Here's the results. Here we go. Oh, first breaking news from the Oracle. The Trump campaign filed an EFC complaint, or FEC complaint, against the Harris campaign and WAPO for illegal in-kind contributions. Good to note. Thanks for the news. Okay, here's the November Bitcoin price predictions according to you guys. 43% say between 74, 79, 27% say between 80 and 89, 21% say 100,000 plus, and 7% say between 90 and 99,000. So there you have it. Yo, tap the like on your way out and show your support for the JV and the T. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that, brother. Bitcoin year to date, 72%. Any questions? No questions. Anyways, here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the YouTube stream, but we're going to continue uncensored for the after party on X and Rumble. So if you're on the tube, you ain't got to go home. But you got to get the hell out of here. Head on over to the Rumble, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Let's go. Let's get ready to Rumble. Yeah. Mom spaghetti.